Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Hello, 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 and welcome back to another live stream. Hope you guys are doing well. It's gonna be a good one, hopefully. I mean, who knows? Maybe all things will break down and I will leave crying. And I mean, actually, that would probably be a good live stream. I was gonna say that would be a shit live stream, but I think that would be shitty for me. But I think for you guys, would probably enjoy that. But so I don't know if I should be apologizing that doesn't happen now. But no promises, I guess, in either way. I don't know. So last time we started converting things to actually get like weapon data and stuff. Started converting everything. And today I was actually showing someone what I've been working on. And I think I fixed this stupid bugger. I think I fixed this problem. So he, if you saw before, when he would ram, he would occasionally change direction. And of course now it's going to be impossible for me to get him to ram me because I want him to ram me, so he won't. Come on, ram! Ram! Ram, there we go. So, okay, but ram again. So, before, occasionally he would, like, do, like, or, like, just go somewhere else entirely. And during the demo I was doing earlier, I think I figured out how to fix it. Not why it happens, but how to fix it. Hey, Donald, welcome in. Oh, he's coming for me. He's coming for me. So the fix was actually really simple. Yeah, now you should never have issues. Although I think I need to change the distance when he does that. So the fix was, and it's such a simple, stupid fix. So I was taking the forward vector, and that's how I got the distance and everything. And theoretically, the forward vector should never change, because in my my ramming attack, I told it to, where is it? Like basically not to rotate at all. So I turned off its rotation based on movement. So it should always just have been staying the same, but it didn't. And so all I did is at the very beginning, I just stored that forward vector as a vector and use that. So even if somehow he gets rotated, it doesn't actually move him, which explains why he like did this and then teleported somewhere else, because the forward vector changed. Like part of it would go like at the beginning of the animation, right? And then the second half of the animation would be equivalent to whatever his new vector was. So he would teleport to that location and finish. And then when I realized, oh, that's why it's happening, I just did that, and now it's all good. This is all gonna need cleanup at some point, but I'm happy that it is figured out. 'Cause, dear God, I mean, that's one of the issues. There's other issues that I've yet to figure out. Oh, now you're gonna ram because I didn't want you to ram. So hopefully it's all gonna be, you know, hunky-dory in the future. Yeah. So like that. Why is he in the air there? How is he in the air? I don't understand. I don't understand how he ended up partially in the air. Like that, like what? How? How is he floating in the air there? His gravity ain't zero. So still bugs to iron out, but that's not what we're working on today. Working on the quote-unquote weapon system, making a weapon pickup, and that whole shebang. As well as I need to set up an enemy setup, because right now I have I don't need this folder, at least right now. So I have, oh, there it is. Yeah, DA enemy. Right, I have the enemy stats, and I'm gonna need to set this up for each of the enemies, and I also need to figure out how to convert the animations and everything for the enemies. And I think they're still going to be children of, or child of. But that also means that I might want to change up entirely how things are working. Because right now, this ramming attack that the spider does is on the root blueprint. It's on the main parent character blueprint. Here's the ramming attack. That's where it does it. But no one else is doing this ramming attack. Only the spider's doing the ramming attack. Now, I put it here because what if I wanted to do the ramming attack? That was my logic. But I think instead of doing this way, I should start using blueprint function libraries. I should finally start using them on this project and basically put the ramming attack into a function library, and then I can call it from anywhere, and then I can just put it quickly onto wherever it's going to be. So I think today is going to be that cleanup, showing how to, like, not showing, just doing the function library integration, optimizing a bunch of the stuff, and implementing all the new features. So let's start and seeing, because I don't remember the limitations of blueprint. I don't remember the limitations of blueprint function libraries, but I think there are some. There's going to be a BFL character. Yeah, let's make a new folder. Function libraries. I'm not calling it blueprint function library because I'm already in the folder called blueprints. So if I open this up, did I just reckon? Oh, did I already have a? already had an animation blueprint function library. Oh, at some point I made this. Is player alive? And this is totally not working. This is... Where's this used? Oh yeah, there's a way of checking... There's a way of checking outside of itself, and I forget how to do it. If I delete this. And then do this. Okay, I might not be using it anymore, so that's fine. So I had the animation blueprint function library. Apparently, we just made a new one for characters. So in this one, let's start bringing in some stuff. So the first one I'm going to do is ramming attack. So let's try this out. Now, obviously, I'm just going to take all this and copy it. Paste in here. And this is what I was worried about. I cannot do timelines in the blueprint function library because it is a function. But what if I did a blueprint macro library? This has to be part of tied to something, so it'll be part of BP action character. Blueprint macro library. We'll remove this guy. Macro library. Can I not do timelines in here either? Okay, never mind. I take it all back. I take it all back. So I cannot do timelines in either one. Pathetic. I guess you can do timelines. Can I really not do macros or timelines in here? Okay, fine. Fine. We can break this up into two. We can break this up into two things. Fine. So let's make two functions then. Okay, so let's do... The first one is going to be ramming... timing. Sure. And ramming set position. I do... Oh, interesting. I can't do... category and category. Fine. Okay, so for the ramming one, or for the timing one, it's this. This is what we want. Hey, Guts. I'm doing real well. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. So what I want to do is you create local variable. If it's a local variable, can I return local variables? I think I can. Well, yeah, I can. Can I change the name to remove the one? Yeah. Fantastic. So, I'm gonna need the sprite. So here we're checking if it's the last frame of the sprite, or we're getting the timeline and the speed of the sprite. Then we also need timeline. Reconnected this way. Sprite. Want the sprites in here. No Pepsi or Coke for us. And then we just output the location. And that's all here. So I cannot write. I can't store these. I thought I couldn't. Okay. In that case, I mean, it makes sense. So, I'll just take these. This actor location and forward vector. Or actor forward vector. So, target must have a connection. Ah, okay. Let me, I'm curious then, if, right, it's still gonna error, but why didn't this not error? If I did this, it's still gonna complain, right? It's still not gonna, yeah, it's still not gonna let me do this. Fine. Okay. Review. Review. Plug in here. Get target. And the target is just self. So I'm going to just call this self. Excuse me. I can't call it self. Because that's already a thing. Character. Yeah. I could have kept a target. You know what? Target makes more sense. Right? Target makes more sense. Yep, target. Because that's just how it is. Okay. So with this, right, it's all good. So what I can do here is first for ramming set position, or sorry, set ramming timing. Excuse me. Why ramming timing? Why have no output pins? I know it's been a while since I've used blueprint function libraries, but I have outputs here. It's because I put it all in the wrong thing. This is set position. I'm an idiot. It's I put it in the wrong section. Let's take all this and put this into timing. Let's plug that in there. Actually, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna make it easier. I'm just going to rename this. Let's rename to this whenever. Rename this one to timing. Set position. Okay. That explains things. Timing. There we go. There's all our stuff. So, now... instead of this, that, and that... actor location. You know what? Let's change the name on these. Just actor location and actor forward vector. The only thing I don't like about this is the fact that this is not in a function and it's out in the event graph. But I need to have it in an event graph because I need this. Oh well. Okay. Sprite goes into sprite. The timeline is the ramming timeline. So ramming timeline. And this is self. Hey, Lega, good evening. Hope you're doing great. So, just to confirm that that this is still working, he should still be able to ram me. I just need him to one ram, please. Ram me. There we go. Okay, there we go. So it's working. Beautiful. Now we need to do. So now I'll put all of this also inside of the other one. So copy this. And this is the set position one. So this is the float. Timeline track. Everything in order after yep. Healthy. Yeah, so I didn't get a medical checkup because I needed like medical help. I am currently out of the country on a work visa. And I'm currently in Canada compared to where I am normally. And I've been here long enough where I can start applying for permanent residency. And one of the things you need to do, one of the documents you need is to prove that you are healthy to apply for permanent residency. So it was more of a checkup to say, yes, you're healthy, you're not going to be a liability. If we decide to give you permanent residency in this country, we will, you're good to do it. And that's pretty much it. So I'm fine. Thankfully. You know, blood test hasn't come back yet. Maybe I have, you know, green blood, and I wasn't looking when they drew my blood. I didn't see. Maybe it was green and they just were freaked out and they didn't want to say anything. Who knows? But aside from that, it was just a general checkup. Okay. Saved vector. Ramming distance. This is saved actor location. Okay, so you here, here. I'm trying to think of a good way. No. Get target. 'Cause I'm pretty sure you're gonna complain. Just check. Are you complaining? Yes, you're. Can I do reference? No, I can't do like reference to self. Okay. So now I can do, instead of all this, I can do ramming set position. I don't need this, or any of that. I just need these guys. So I can plug in the ramming distance, actor location, forward vector. Actually, I want to keep this in the same. It's actor location, then forward vector. I just want to keep this consistent. So I'll put actor location before vector. And the timeline track is here. Actually, let's put timeline track all the way on the bottom. Sorry. Almost. Why? Just because I can make it a little cleaner. That's the reason. Self. So now this is the what's left of the ramming attack. Considerably smaller, which is great. Yep, and it still all works. Awesome. So now the main reason I did this is because I want to now migrate this ramming attack out of my actual main root character. So I'm going to take all this, cut it, and I'm going to open up the blueprint for specifically the spider. And place it here. This way, I can control all of these. Yeah, that's fine. I might change the timeline later because I just realized I'm having it linear. So you know what? Let's actually change this timeline because now that we know that everything's working, the whole point of this was to let's try something like this for the timeline. Yeah, I know you're going to complain because you don't have these variables. But what I'm going to do here is now the ram forward vector we don't want anymore. Yep, get rid of you. And we also don't want the ramming distance or, yeah, so we don't want any of these. I know it's going to complain that I'm using them, but, you know, I'm not. So now I can save them all here. Create variable. Variable. No, this one's gonna just be renamed to
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Oh. Okay. Let's stop ramps. But effectively, what we're doing right now is we're remaking it inside of the Great Spider instead of having it all the way up on the parent. And this way, I start to remove any of the unnecessary, like, character-specific stuff from the parent and put it only on the children that actually need it. Because that's the main thing. I don't want all children to have this ramming attack if we don't need to. And so we're going to start putting things into blueprint function libraries so I can just integrate the functionality into the children when I need to. Some things will be on all of them, but not everything. And the reason I'm doing that specifically is because I am having it so when I start putting in the stats and abilities, I don't want to have to do that on all characters and manage for all characters. I want to do it only for that current character. The current character will, if it has a ramming attack, will worry about the ramming attack, not everyone else. Everyone else won't care. Why are you complaining? Is this better for you? Okay, I just have to delete these and read. Okay. Let me hook them up. Okay. So, a variable. I don't like being there, so. And the ramming distance. I should have made a note of the ramming distance. What was the ramming distance? 1,000, I believe. I think it was just full on 1,000. So, ramming attack. I can't search. Why can I not search on this? Unreal. You have functionality to search on that. Thanks. So now, theoretically, actually, I'm not using the mesh location. I'm not using this. I'm not using that. I might remove all that down the line, but I still have it. So theoretically now, because we just moved it to the spider, it should still be able to do this. It should still be able to ram us. Yeah, there we go. See? Because we're using a blueprint interface, it is still able to... Why? Oh! It doesn't have access to this anymore. Here. Because this is try ramming attack. So what we need to do... Hey, Brian, welcome in. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's 2.5D. Here, I'll show you a quick thing. Yeah, sure, safe. So if I go to the actual game, right? So it's 2.5D to 2D sprites in a 3D environment, and I might change up the aesthetic to be different down the line, because yesterday when I was talking to one of my one of my friends, they brought up that it reminds them of Transistor, and I forgot just how beautiful Transistor is, and I might change the camera and the aesthetic to be less of this kind of perspective, which is more like Octopath Traveler like, and more of that top-down effect. Which, if you're not familiar, Transistor game, great name, but I forgot about this. Right, this kind of more top down. It might work really well for my game style. This is orthographic, so I'm not 100% if I want to go the orthographic route. But what I do really like about this what I really like about this is the fact that you see so much around you. Just do emission you tap there. So I just like that you see a lot around you. Your character is quite small, which doesn't matter to me. That's fine, but it's more of an action. Mine's more of an action hack and slash. So this actually would work well because this will allow you to give a lot of visuals to go up and down. So I might go more towards this kind. It's all up in the air. See? Right, nothing's set in stone. For now, you want fun mechanics. You love the top-down camera from Transistor, one of your favorites? Yeah, Transistor is an amazing game. I played it in the past. It is absolutely awesome. I feel like it makes sense practically. I feel like you lose some of the uniqueness. Well, the thing is, like, mine's not unique, right? In terms of, like, its visuals. So if I was to... if I pulled up Octopath Traveler 2. So this was the inspiration about regarding the 2.5D. This was also done in Unreal Engine, which is the 2D sprites, and this is a 3D environment. And this is more similar to that camera angle. But this is a JRPG. So its combat is this. It's like a like old school JRPG combat. So it can be really low down. I cannot be really low down. Mine really benefits from having it higher up to see the battlefield. And I really want to start implementing faster combat. So right now, right, I have just running. When I come, I'm going to swap you out for other ones. If I take you. If I want to get to him, I can dash attack to him, right? If I'm far away, I can dash attack to him. So it just pretty much teleports me to him, which feels good. But if I'm just running around right now, I'm literally running around. I have a roll, I have a block, which is all nice, but they aren't fast. And right now, my biggest limiter is I cannot go super fast, because if I'm going this way, I can't see where I'm going. And so if I incorporate the transistor more higher up angle, it might be better. Not set in stone, not a for sure thing, but I think that would help. It would also fix the thing that I've been trying to figure out, which is this right here. So it's down, right? So I need to be able to see through walls, which is fine, right? This works, but it's not perfect. It has issues. So if I had a more top-down look, it could work better. So we will see. But I was just thankful that I was reminded about Transistor, because Transistor is a fantastic game. And again, mostly the camera angle is what I'm really liking Transistor. not mechanics in terms of like gameplay. Feels weird to walk towards the camera like that. Exactly. Yeah. That's I feel the same way. I just haven't figured out a good way of doing like that's why I want a more top down where then you feel like okay, you're just walking around a map. You're not walking towards the camera. It will also, one of the big problems right now is if I come here, it is if you ignore the shadows, if I remove shadows, it is really hard to tell when you're next to them or which way, like, or where they are relative to you. Right? Because, and that's what somebody suggested, putting like a ground shadow below them so you can tell how far away from you, be it easier, like, sense of placement. Here it's you have the checkerboard, it's a little bit easier to figure out. The ground currently in my environment has also a brick pattern, so it's easier. But if it was like grass, it would be difficult to tell how far away really you are. Am I using billboards for sprites? No, so these are flip books. I can move the camera, that's what I'm saying. I can, I've locked the camera in my case. The camera is locked in. It's all, the mouse can do attacks, it can do this, but moving the mouse just side to side doesn't rotate the camera because I've locked it to this angle. So if I want to, for example, for reference, I can go to my character right now, my player, and here's my camera. There's a spring up. So if I want to, I could put it like up here and set the distance to like 1300, right? Put it away and do something like this. Now, maybe not this extreme. Right? But you now see, like, this now feels like you're running around the area. It's a little bit weird. So I'd want to play around with things. But this is all locked in. So yeah, that's why it's the way it is. I just have the it's not rotating based on the mouse at all. I've disabled the functionality. Okay, so I want to get, so we no longer have a ramming distance, and I need ramming distance. What is this? Oh, this is the behavior tree ramming attack. Okay, so I want to start, so I've made, I should get character reference. So this is actually a blueprint interface I made that eliminates the need to cast and gets me the character reference. Now this gets me the reference, the root reference. So if I need something specifically from that character, I don't have it, but this is the root reference. So what I can do is start swapping these out. Do I have anything here that is specifically on the enemy? I don't think I do. So I don't think I do. So besides the ramming attack that I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do here is swap this around. The control pawn is going to go to the target. And this BP enemy is going to become BP action character, which is the root type. And then here I can plug this in. And if I compile, it is going to throw me errors. Yep. And I just need to reattach this because it is from the root action character. And same thing here. And now we still need to fix this ramming distance. So what I'm gonna do is make myself a new blueprint interface call. So if I go in blueprint interfaces, combat. Do I want a new one? I'm gonna make a new one. Blueprint interface. Blueprint interface, and this is gonna be skills, attacks. Let's go with skills. I guess that makes sense. That makes sense to me. And I'm going to add the skills one to my main, to the main guy. So that way I have access to this and it has access to this. No, I'm gonna make this enemy skills. I'm gonna split them. Enemy skills, and then I'm gonna not put it in here. I'm gonna put it only in enemies. Character, enemy, BP enemy, BPI, enemy skills. Have a good night, Guts. Thank you so much for stopping by. Can't you do get player pawn? Why don't you want to cast the player pawn since it's already loaded in memory? Because getting the player pawn doesn't get the variables of the player. I would still need to cast to it, and I'm trying to avoid casts. That's all. How's it on Discord? What do you think of Unreal 5.4? I mean, it seems good so far. Is the short version? Seems good so far. I'm waiting for more of the things to come out and become available outside of the first preview. But so far, so good. I'm looking forward to playing with the new PCG stuff. That's the big one. But the reason I'm doing that here is now I can do a... Here I can add a get ramming attack. Get ramming attack. And it's going to output ramming distance as a float. You've been learning Unreal for a while, but you don't have a ton of people to talk. Oh, you're fine. This is what we're here for. PCG biome hype. Oh yeah, I saw that. That is hype. Fingers crossed on that being really good. Yeah, that's why we're here, Brian. That's why we're here. To chat about it. So feel free to ask me any stupid questions, because there are no stupid questions. The only stupid questions are the ones you can take 5 seconds to Google, but you don't Google. You ask somebody. That is the stupid question. I know people say there are no stupid questions, but I consider that to be a stupid question. It's like going to somebody and say, what is 2 plus 2? You go and type that into a calculator and go and Google what is 2 plus 2. You can find that in 5 seconds. If that is the level of question, then that is a stupid question. That is my only limitation. The biome sounds sort of cool, but you don't really see how novel it is. Seems like functionality that was already there. You guys have a name for it? Well, that's the thing. That's why I'm waiting for more of the preview stuff to come out, because sometimes the preview is just a preview, but all the functionality that's part of it isn't in yet. That's why it's just a preview. So I'm waiting to see what is all the functionality they're adding for it, and how is it going to be on release. Why am I avoiding casting player class? So casting you typically want to avoid, because casting specifically fixes something to something else. So, for example, if you have... So this is a sphere collision. This is a sphere collision. So when a player walks into here, you can cast to the player and right to your player character, and then if it succeeds, then you know the player has entered that sphere collision, right? So that will get you the result. The other thing you can do is just this. Instead of the cast, you just say, is it player controlled? Yes? Okay. Well, then you do the rest of the stuff. So by not having a cast, if I later on decide my main player character is not BP Bob, but it's BP Joe, and it's entirely new file I made, this will still work because it is not directly linked to that specific blueprint. It is just any of my, as long as I'm the one controlling it, it doesn't matter who it is. It will still work. So that's why you don't want to do casts when you'd rather do things like interfaces and stuff like that, because you're not forcing something to be linked to something else. It's, you basically do a interface call, and if it doesn't have this interface, if it's nothing's there, it just won't do anything. But it won't break, it won't error, there won't be any issues. So that's why. So for example, right now, what I want to do is actually I'm going to change this from a ramming attack. I'm going to do ramming attack trace. And instead of ramming distance here, I'm going to remove that. And what we actually want to get is the start and end trace. So my outputs are going to be trace start vector and trace end also vector. So this is now set up, and I've added this interface to my root enemy. So that means this great spider has this interface. So if under interfaces, I can get a ramming attack trace. I see it right here. I can double click on it, and here it is. Here's that functionality from this great spider. And what I can do is go into my behavior tree here. I'm going to take all this, copy it, paste it in here. Now the ramming distance is a variable, so I'm just going to get ramming distance. I plug that in, and if I come here, I can see, well, from this point was the start, from this point was the end. So this was the start, this was the end. And everything else can stay the same. I just compile this. So here, from this enemy that I saved, which is part of the root, the main root functionality, because it is of the parent class, this should work, where I can now say ramming attack trace. So get ramming attack trace message. And here's my trace start and trace end. So I can just kill all of this. Plug this in here. Plug that in there. Start into start, end into end. Compile this. And now if I take you, bring you here. Look at that. It is still ramming. It is still doing the ramming attack, which is great. Now we also want to bring over the animations. So right now the animations for this ramming attack are still on my root character, and we want to move it to the spider. Right? So my main character, like the parent of everything, is the one that is storing this ramming start, all this ramming attack. I'm going to remove it from here. I'm going to put it in the spider. And to do that, here I'm going to add a new function, and I'm going to get ramming attack anims. And here I'm going to get 3 paper ZD animation sequences. Start. Attack. End. Right. Again, it's the same thing. I can go now onto the spider. And I'm going to just set up the animations on him. So under variables, I'm just going to say ramming attack start anim of type APRCD anim sequence. I'm gonna add 2 more. Let's copy these. I'm just gonna do ramming instead of attack start, just ramming start. Then ramming attack and ramming end anim. Do I have the ramming attack? Because I removed it. Oh, yes, I do. It's right there. Ramming attack. To make sure it's all consistent, has the space. I always forget groups. Just put the spaces in, otherwise you're going to have a bad time later. And we'll do the end anim as well in here. All right, so we put all of these in here. And if I go to now get ramming attack anims right here, I can do the start, the attack, and the end. And I just plug them in here. And if I compile, I can now plug these in. So great spider. Ramming. This is going to be the start, middle, and the end. Another question, why are you moving anims between characters? So I'm not moving, so I have a hierarchy. So, second, I'll show you why. Okay, so right now I have a BP action character. This is my parent. This is my overall parent of everyone. From there, I have a BP Manny, which is my actual player character. And I have a BP enemy. Right? And from the enemy, I then have all the enemies that are children of BP enemy. So right now, when I say I'm taking it out of the parent, I'm taking it out of here. So the Great Spider is here as a child of BP enemy. So I'm taking the ramming attack from this guy and putting him in here. And the reason I'm doing that is because I don't want everyone, I don't have a ramming attack. Not every enemy has a ramming attack. So there's no reason for me to have those variables on these guys and all that functionality on these guys if I don't need it. So I'm just going to move it down to all the way from the top to where it really is needed. And then if I have another one, if I have, you know, some gremlin or something like down here that also has like a charge ramming attack, I can then go in there and in the same way, I can just double click on the ramming attack and put in all his functionality. Oh.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
So hopefully that explained it. As we wait for ads. I'm waiting for ads. Think that's backwards? How so? Hey Helix, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. So now we try ramming attack. I'll wait for ads to finish before I do this. But we just need to swap out these anims. And then I can remove all that functionality from the root parent. What I really should have is like more levels of parenting. But for now, this is fine. One moment. And ads are done. So that's literally what I'm doing right now, Bright. That is literally what I'm doing. So currently, before this, the parent has that ramming attack, and so all the children have ramming attacks. And so what I'm doing now is, as you say, I'm taking it from the parent and I'm putting it on just who needs it down the chain. So that's literally what I'm doing. Yeah. So you're right. It was backwards originally, but now that we're getting further along, I'm like, okay, I don't need it on everyone. I don't care if everyone has this ramming attack. I'm going to put it down further down the chain. And so the reason I'm doing this blueprint interface, right, is so I have a blueprint interface that if I open up, I'm going to show you. If I go to blueprints, interfaces, by combat. So I have this get character reference. And all this is just returning my root blueprint. So if I, right. So it is just returning this guy. And so, okay, it has this guy, but I need the variables from the child of it. Well, this child, right, up the chain of the parents is still this. So by using this parent, I can then do another interface call to get the information from the child. And so now that's how I'm getting. So even though the parent doesn't have this interface, the child does. But because I'm calling from one into the other, it's allowing to do it. So now inside of this guy, I can go this, which is the main root, main parent. I can still do ramming attack anims message. Right, I still have this. So now I can plug start to start. Get rid of this. And then do the same thing here, but this is the attack. Let's clean that up a little. And do the same thing here. So I'm gonna go here. End of the anim is going there. Okay. So now it should be successful. Okay, it should still be able to do the ramming attacks because it should get it from the child and not from the parent. And there it is. It's still doing it. Now, what I can do is on my main parent, right, all these attacks, I can just remove this guy. It's still in use. Let me just see. Find references. It is not being used here. And everywhere else it is being used, it will complain to me about it. So, compile. Okay, so there it is. Array. So yeah, so we don't need these functions. So I can remove these functions all of a sudden. So I can get rid of ramming attacks. I can get rid of that. Compile. Bam. So the ramming attacks and the ramming animations is now gone from the parent entirely. And if I want to, I just need to, if I want to set this up somewhere else, I can just set up the variables, implement this in, and then I'm good. I just need to then also set up this, which we have created the start and the end as functions, and I can tweak the timing on this if I so wish. And this is going to be per enemy or per mob. I can control the ramming distance and all that. It is also, there's something else I missed here. Okay, let me... So this checks that it's all valid. We definitely want to do that. So let's do this. So I'm going to need to scooch all over. Probably scooch all of this over. To the left. So now it's going to go here. Okay. Compile. Okay, so there we go. So now it has all the same stuff. Only thing I want to do is I also want to remove this. So this is my parent class, and I want to remove this. And so what am I doing from this BP Manny? So if I search for BP Manny, I'm getting it, I'm setting it. I'm getting it to reserve attack tone, but this is a blueprint interface. And then I'm getting it later for a blueprint interface, and I'm getting it for a blueprint interface. So I don't actually need the exact cast to my specific guy. I just need the reference. So what I can do here is the same thing I did here. Get character reference. Plug this in here. Plug that in there. Change BP, instead of BP Manny, it's going to be my root BP action character. I really should probably rename it from action character to something else. And now I can plug this in here. That in there. And actually, this has tag. I've implemented a blueprint function to just check the tag. So if I don't want to get the gameplay tags and check it this way, if I didn't need the reference for anything besides this, I could bypass this interface for this one that just gets me, doesn't have a tag entirely. So I don't even need the character. But so now I have an interface call, which gets me this. I can compile now, and you can see everything is fine. There are no errors because I'm not doing anything specific to that character. So if I now search for cast, no results found. Because if this doesn't, if this is invalid, then it will fail. So they won't do anything. So in fact, what I should do here is put a is valid check. You just double check that it is valid at the very beginning here. If it is, continue on. If it's not, say print string, and we're gonna say invalid attack target, or ramming attack, invalid attack target. You read? And I'll do the same thing here. Oh, this one I don't need to because the control pawn will always be valid because it'll come in here. But for this one, we'll just do it this way. So right now, right? So I have all the spider anims plugged in. Well, let's say I didn't have the start anim, right? If I just cleared it now, it should now complain. Invalid ramming attacks. In the top left there, in red, you see invalid ramming attacks. So we're good. I'll undo that, get his animation back, and we're hunky dory. So now it'll still do the ramming attacks because we replaced all the animations are in. So I just need, there we go. Beep. Now I still need to fix for why he is slightly floating occasionally. I don't know what's causing that. That needs to be still fixed. But I'll fix it at some point. Cool. So that's good. So we have that taken care of. What else do we have on the main character that we could start knocking off of him? And again, the main reason we're doing this is because now that I'm implementing the weapon functionality. If I go to my weapons, right, we did the great sword. It has like all these stats, but I realize I'm gonna need to do the same thing for the enemy, which means I'm gonna need to have specific per enemy stuff in here. Now, I might have the animations in here instead of on, and that's probably what I'll do, instead of on the spider. So, but for now, this was just basically a test to see, okay, can I put this out? So instead of having these here, I probably should put them here. And go from there. So let's see what kind of stuff I have. So the teleport is right now spider specific. The attack combo is everyone. So for the enemy, I'm going to want the attack atoms. And I'm going to want, which I can put in per. And for the spider, I'm going to want the other two. So, you know, I might remove the blueprint interface and just keep it all in this. Hey, Basie. Hello, Spider-Man. I'm Spider-Man. Pew, pew, pew. Why Spider-Man? Out of curiosity, I'm curious why Spider-Man. This is the base. I'm going to make a new child of this. And this is going to be, this is going to be Great Spider. Or just Spider. All spiders are going to have potentially this functionality. All spiders will have We want to have the teleport. I'll figure. I might change this up later. So what I'm gonna do for now, though, is animation sequences, attack items. I'm going to also have ramming. Start. Actually, I have ramming items. Ramming items. And it's gonna have that. And I also need, right? We also, what did we add to the Great Spider? I'm gonna basically remove all this from here. We need the ramming distance, forward vector, and location before. We don't need those. Sorry, we need those on the spider specifically. The ramming distance we can have here. Ramming distance. This is going to be a float. I'll put this under attack. So now, if I made a data asset of Great Spider, I can put all that same stuff in here. So let's do that. Because I want to start moving this stuff out as well. I want to move my, right, because my animations are not going to be controlled on my character. They're not going to be controlled on here. They're going to be controlled purely for this data asset. So I'm going to move it from here to here, to here, here. Oh, those are the ramming items. I'm stupid. Yeah. 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 Reset these. So we'll do start, ram, end. Right. Yep. The damage the spider does by default will be 20. Heavy hitter. Ramming distance is 1,000. Now, I don't have a ramming attack. So right now, if I was to take damage, the damage is based off the type of if it's one of these, but it is not based off of if it's a ramming attack, and I think we need to add one. So let's add that. So I'm going to enumps. So this is for knockback, knock up. Well, it isn't all. It is an enemy knock up. So I have the knock up amount. Knockback amount by default. I'll do like 50, a little bit of knockback and a little bit of knock up by default. We'll play around with it. Knockdown amount doesn't really have one. When he does the double attack, it does have a knockdown. So this is gonna be like 3,000. Knockback amount, it doesn't have a knockback. But if I introduce it, we'll do like 500. 500. So, if I look at my Great Spider, and I look at his attacks, it is knock-up type. It's none of this. This is going to be a all knockdown. This is going to be regular. These are going to be basic attacks. Then the ramming attack is already enemy knockup. So, which is great. The only thing is, on enemy knockup, it is using... Oh, knockup damage. Yeah, so it's perfect. So it's already going to do the knockup damage. And if I go back here, my knockup damage... if I go to... let's go up to the parent. Knockup damage is just my damage. What happened here? Oh, I removed it from here. Right, I removed it from here, so I need to... So this is where I need to the interface. So I would need interfaces for get knockup damage and get knockdown damage. Because the main weapon doesn't have this. Because we removed it from here. So let's go clean stuff up. So in my greatsword, so my melee weapon here, I have the get knockdown and the get knock up items, but I now need the other ones. But I'm gonna need ways of getting these. So the problem, right, is if I go back here, right, I don't have access from it because these are children of it. So I can't search knock. Did not realize that if I recompile this now, get knock down. Is it already implemented? Did I already implement it before? I don't think I did. Interfaces, get knock up charging attack anim. Oh, get knocked down anim. There it is. Get knock up anim. So I need now, and this is from BPI weapon data. So let's go to blueprint, interface, weapon data. And this is going to be get knock up damage. This is what we're going to want, right? We're going to need knock up damage, knockdown damage, and an enemy knock up damage, which is going to be, yeah, so get knock up damage, which is going to return a float. Right, that's all I need. Yeah, float. And knocked down damage. Also going to return a float. Excellent. Close out of here. So now in my melee, I can get you and you. So knockdown damage is going to be our damage. Multiplied by my knock up damage, knock up modifier. Return that. And my knockdown damage is going to be our damage. Multiply by our knockdown modifier. Now, in my case, not you. Don't need you anymore. I have the amount. This is the amount it does, not the damage it does. And so I want to actually want to expose these. So what I'm going to do then is the Great Spider, I'm going to I forget how do you change parent. It's under class settings, right? Instead of PDA weapon, I'm going to do PDA melee weapon. Which just reset all my stuff. God damn it. Okay, fine. I'll reset it. I'll plug it back in. If I recompile this and go back to don't need the close you, Great Spider. There's the knock up atoms, knock down atoms. I don't know. I don't want all this. I changed my mind. Put it back. Put it back. I have to redo the functions anyway because even though I undid it. Oh, that's the worst. Oh, that's the worst. God darn it. You should be calling yourself that now because of the spider? Oh, god darn it. Unexpected consequences are the best. Oh, sorry I didn't look at chat for a moment there. I got so in the zone of trying to figure it out. I didn't even look at chat for a brief time. So I apologize for that. So what else I'm going to want on the Great Spider then? I think that's it. Okay, well, let's just... I'm going to need knock up damage. I'm going to need... I don't need the knock down atom. I don't need the knock up atom. I need the charger. I don't need these. I just need these two. So there you go. So that's actually better. So I actually cleaned up some stuff that I wasn't using. But here I need the damage. So knock up damage modifier. Knock down damage modifier. There we go. So when he rams me, he does a knock up, right? So if he normally does 20 damage, actually let's do like normally 15 damage. When he rams me, he'll do double that. And when he does his like big attack to like slash me down, it's going to be 1.5. So now I'm going to do you. This is up, so knock up damage modifier. Nope. Ads.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Okay. Let's pause for a moment. But now we have this. I can I'll swap it out on the spider as well. So we're cleaning things up. We're cleaning things up. Very much needed process. Very much a needed process. Because once we have this set up and cleaned up, going forward and scaling is going to be significantly easier. Significantly. And that's the whole point, right? Right now, I'm only dealing with a few characters. But eventually, I want to have dozens, not 100, enemies. And being able to just quickly implement things for that enemy or whatnot, I'm going to need to do. So right now, I have like the base and then per enemy stuff. So I might have a base and then like a sub thing and then a sub thing and then the enemy. We'll see. Problems of scale, exactly. This is the reason why I mentioned yesterday that switching to interface is not simple if you don't plan it from the beginning. No, I think it's still simple. I think it takes time, but I don't think it's difficult. I think it's just a matter of time. But right, I guess it all depends on how you define difficulty. So I played I'll tell the story after the ads are done. So ads are done. So I used to play Minecraft, and I would do things of a massive scale. Like I would create massive redstone contraptions that would create like 100 wide perimeters, all for like a large farm. It would literally remove the landscape, and I would build these absolutely massive redstone machines, like clear out huge areas and very big scale stuff. But I just followed a blueprint effectively. I just followed a tutorial. Like, so I consider that, even though it is hard to gather resources, it is hard to do this, hard to do that, it's not really hard. Like, I'm just following a guide, right? It just takes time to do it. It is not difficult for me, while many would consider that difficult. So for me, I don't consider that difficulty, because if I can just turn off my mind and just do it, it just will take time, then it's not difficult. Now, that is subjective. I should preface that. That is very much a subjective thing. Everyone has a different level of something being difficult to them or not. For me, that is not a difficulty. Because I now understand, oh yeah, it's just, make an interface. Okay, what variables are here? Let's put them there. Delete this, drag. Okay, this one's done, next, right? And then I just go to the next one. So, like, okay, cool. It's not hard. But, yeah, there can be a lot of them, and it might take a little while. It'd be nice to have done it from the very beginning. But I wouldn't consider that hard. But again, it's a very a subjective thing. I'm not saying this is in general just an easy process for everyone. Maybe you have a different setup, maybe this or that. But for me, I still don't consider it hard. It's basically, this is the short version of this. The difference between solo and team dev, you guess? Yeah, it's probably right. If I was doing this as on a team level, I would never have had things linked like this to begin with, because you wouldn't be able to have people work on different things. If you had things casting to each other or stuff like that, you'd immediately build this up. So some person can grab that, some person can grab that. You'd plan for it. But since I'm a solo dev and I'm learning on the job, basically, here's how the result. An interface is easy, but make it fit in your logic is not a simple task. Oh no, I think adding swapping a cast for an interface, you would know what you're using that cast for. So if you're using the cast to later down the line get a certain variable, you just make an interface that gets that variable for you. That's it. I might make a tutorial for it down the line. Um, I've been thinking about it because interface is not. It took me a long time for it to click, and now that it clicks, I feel like okay, yeah, okay, cool. I'll get to it. Like, I got it. Okay, so this is all good. Let's now, on my spider, we now have access to this info. So what I can do here is, I might need to rename this from weapon info to like something else, because they're not really using weapons. But doesn't matter. What I'm gonna need to do is go into get ramming attack items. Come here. And this is going to be Great Spider. Right, so from this, I can't get what's it called? Where are the things I added? Ramming items, right? I can't just get ramming items, right? It doesn't exist. So, but this is the parent. I want to get it from the child. So let's go to get ramming attack items. Is going to do all this. But that's what we have implemented. So I need to so I need to. You're forced to change the hierarchy of your entities. It's just a matter of time, yes. But in the process, you risk breaking the game or injecting errors you do not have. Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. There's always a risk of it, right? But I'm fully prepared for it. I expect it, honestly. And every time I break something, I will learn from it, so I don't see it as a bad thing. I need oh, you know what I can do? On the weapon info? Oh, I wonder. I'm gonna go to the Great Spider. I'm gonna put it on the Great Spider. It should not be on the Great Spider. But I'm gonna put it on the Great Spider. Because now under Great Spider, where is here? I can wait. Get ramming attack items. Because now on here, right, we can go ramming attack items. Oh, this should not be. That's what's the problem. That should not be a. Oh. So this is start. There we go. Now here. Break this. start, back, end. So I'm just reusing the same one, and then here, kill all of you. Plug this in like that. So I'm basically passing it from one to the other. From the weapon info, and I can kill this. Don't need the ramming distance anymore. Because we need to get it from here. So maybe I should make a second one. No, it's BPI weapon data. It is skills, though. It is skills. I'm just getting it from the weapon data. So I'll have both. It's fine. And then I'll do a get ramming distance. Output is just going to be a float. Ramming distance. And we're going to ramming distance. No. Not on you. You were doing the attack trace. Do I offset this to the data asset? I think I do. So you know what? I think I do, in which case... I don't need this. Yeah, I'm gonna close some of this stuff. I'm close enemy. I'm not using that right now. Don't need the character right now. The ramming attack right now. Okay, let's cleanse it up a little bit. So I'm gonna take all this. This get ramming attack trace. Copy it from the Great Spider onto here. Oh, this needs to be... okay. I can't just copy paste that. Just copy this. Okay. You and you. Because the ramming distance is part of this. Okay, ramming attack trace. This is gonna need actor target. Okay, so we have this now. So now here. I feel like I'm a little overcomplicating this. Why do I have two targets here? Oh, I know why. Because one is the itself is the target. Oh god, there's two of them now. Oh, this is object reference. I need this to be a... Okay, I see. Object, Okay, so this... I regret deciding to use the same thing for both. Okay? I'll admit. I regret trying to use the same thing for both. It is... it's far more of a mess. View file. So instead, what's a better way of doing this? See, now this would be, I would not consider this easy. See, now that we're doing this, it's no longer easy because now I'm doing interfaces instead of interfaces. But this whole system was going to be more complicated in general. This is not a conversion problem. Conversion was... This part is more difficult. So, let me think through this. Right now, I have the data asset saved. I'm gonna think through this. So, I have the data asset saved, which contains all of my animations for that character, as well as its stats and everything. It is a child of something else, and I'm using the parent as the object. So what that means is, if I, for example, this just do so show you if I go to my action character. So right now I have this weapon info here, and this uses all my like stats for the enemies. This is the data effectively for the weapon, and I'm going to be using it also as the data for the enemies. But not every enemy needs all that data, right? So some things are going to have, it's the same going to be style hierarchy as this was, right? It's going to have a main setup, and then it's going to have a child. So in my case, to get the information from the child, I need an interface to get the information from the child. Well, once I have the information from the child, I need to send that information to the blueprint of that character that needs it. And then it needs to send that information through an interface to then my original source. So I just need to do it through two blueprint interfaces. I'll do it on the weapon data. I'll do it on the weapon data. And so what I need to do is or I make a new interface for each type of attack. So like I have a blueprint interface for ramming attacks. And then I can deal all of the stuff in there. Let's try that. do BPI ramming attacks. This is going to be for weapon ramming attacks. And I'm going to give this to you. The weapon. So I'm going to do class settings. I'm going to remove the skills. That's still there. Okay. So I've implemented the skills, the ramming attack skills. So now in here I can get my ramming attack items. Weapon ramming attack items. So the output is going to be, let's try this. Let's see. Let's see if this will work. Okay, so if I go back to, don't need the melee weapon anymore, open. Don't need the weapon anymore, open. We just need you. And now we have the weapon, get weapon, ramming attacks on him. So now I take view. Split. Plug these in. So I'm back to having this. And on the BP spider, this all still works. Great. But I also still need the attack trace. I need this ramming distance. So I'm just going to get the ramming distance. Get weapon ramming distance. And I'm just going to make it easy. Return me a float. Ramming distance. And again, on the here, I'm going to do ramming distance is going to just return me the ramming distance. So here, I can take weapon info, get ramming distance. This is going to go in here. I can kill this ramming distance here. I won't just yet because it's complaining about something. What? Is it used somewhere else? Ah, yes, it is. So here, I also need to implement it. Get ramming distance. That is going to go there. Now I can remove the ramming distance. Looking good. So that is now all working together. And so now my great spider has the attack trace, has the attack items. Great. And I also, now, right, I still need to get this knock-up damage, knockdown damage. So I need to now do knockdown damage is already implemented. Knock-up damage is already implemented. So here, On the action characters, I'm gonna get knock up damage. And get knockdown damage. Yep. Now, I am curious if any of you guys actually know the difference in this one, because I'm actually not sure. If I search for knockdown damage, under my BPI weapon data, my blueprint interface, I have a message one and a non-message one. I always use the message one, but I'm not sure what the difference is. Do you guys know by any chance? Out of curiosity. That. It's not the prettiest, so let's do this. Let's do that. That'll make it a little bit cleaner. Okay. Okay, that's a lot better. Compile. There we go. Error's gone. So now I should have the same result. Except on my... I need to check now my weapon, my greatsword. So if I go to... not you. A melee weapon. I need to get down damage. Knock up damage. Knock down damage is all there. All of these are in. So theoretically... Right. This all still works. I don't like the fact how long you took there. It's not taking that long, but I want you to ram me, please. Actually, hit me once. Excuse me. Okay, invalid ramming attacks. Why is it invalid ramming attacks? I have the ramming items here. Let's double check that. Here. Get weapon ramming attack items. I have this plugged in. The Great Spider should have the... According to ChatGPT, I was curious too, non-message is when you know that object implements the interface. Message is if you're not sure and want to avoid runtime errors. Interesting. Okay, so I always use message because I never had problems with it. So because I know it implements that interface, I can do that. That's good to know.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
And we'll give it a moment for ads, but that's thanks for looking that up. I really appreciate it. I mean, unless there's a performance difference, I'll continue to use messages. I don't know. That one I don't know. you... Oh, the Great Spider needs to implement... DPI abilities. There you go. I removed BPI abilities from the spider at one point. Yeah, let's wait for the as to finish, but theoretically, if he was to charge, he should charge me now. Do it. Or actually, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, wait for ads to finish, then charge me. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I could make it 100% for testing. Okay, ads are done, Spider. So go ahead and please do a ramming attack. Seriously? Okay, I can't do it anymore. AI Spider. Ranged ramming attack. Ram. Chance to succeed 100. Invalid ramming attacks. Okay. So we got somewhere. I'll leave this at 100 actually. Let's see why. If I go to tasks or ramming attack. And this is going through BPI enemy skills, which is what he has. Oh, this should not be enemy skills. Get ramming. This one. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Now it's working. You really like interfaces? They're great. Look. See? Now it works. I just I was using the wrong one there. So now I can go ahead and change this back to 100%. So the reason I really like him, right, is because it doesn't have a direct reference. So if I look at my behavior tree, right, this does not have a direct reference to this spider. This is an interface. And because it's an interface, I can make another character, with the same interface, and use this same behavior tree node, and it will work. I just have to, on that new character, I just have to plug in the correct animations there. So it makes it very modular. I'm not limited to having it specifically on that character and only that character. It's now on anyone that that implements this. And now it also, right, so we've hooked up the damages. So he should do 15 damage to me by default. When he does a double melee attack, so the two like claws together, he has a single claw one and a double. So if he does the double one, it should do 22 damage, 22 and a half-ish damage, the 15 times 1.5. And when he charges me, it should be 2, so he should do 30 damage. So let's see if all those numbers add up. So that's the double. There you go. There's the 12. Yep, that's the 15, double. And there you go. That did 30 damage on the charge. So all the damages now work. Okay. And I can control this. and this is independent of the ones on my side. So my weapon, if I look up my greatsword, right, it doesn't have all the extra stuff, but my greatsword has the knock up and knock down stuff. And so all I need to do is in the route where I do the damage calculations and all that, I just have to go in and just double check that when it performs this animation, if it's valid. And if it's not valid, it doesn't even get to the attack damage. So as you saw, when it was trying to do the ramming attack, and I found out, oh, these animations, I didn't have anything plugged in or they were not correct, I just tell it to invalid ramming attack, and it just never even tries to do anything. And I just get an error. I know what the error is because I did a print string, and I can go in and fix it. Because if, for example, I didn't have this check to see if this was all valid, it would move the character but not play the anim, and so the damage would still go through, and then, right, it becomes a little bit of a mess. But because we just have checks in place to see, hey, double check this is valid before anything, it just won't execute the attack, and we'll just do something else. So it becomes super nice. But the main thing, right, is we have removed it from here. Now, I also now need to add the teleport. So the teleport is also a Great Spider only thing. So let's implement the Great Teleport, and let's do that. So on here, I'm going to add now, I'm actually just, so this, I'm going to delete this, I'm going to duplicate ramming anim, do teleport anims, and this is going to be S, if I could spell, teleport anims, and I created these before and previously, file, so there's our teleport anims. So now if I go to the Great Spider, there's our teleport anims. And these are going to be, is the land starts, we need the start. And the land. Okay, so those are now plugged in, but now, of course, we need to get those animations. So in the BPI weapon data, in the BPI weapon ramming, we don't need anything there. I'll make a new interface. And it's going to be BPI teleport. Weapon teleport. And I'll make a new folder here. Weapon interfaces. So weapon data, and then the ramming attacks, all these will go into weapon interfaces. And I can open up the weapon interface, and the Great Spider one is going to go ahead and grab weapon teleport. Okay, so now on the, let's push this over here. I can close the ramming attack now. I can close this. Close you. The greatsword can close. The ramming attack we're done with. The weapon data we're good. Okay. So here we need to get weapon teleport anims. And again, this is going to be our paper ZD anim sequences. Start. End. And now we can get the weapon teleport anims here, and then grab our teleport anims, split them, and then push them through. So, great. But of course, we need to now implement them onto the spider. And for that, it'd be under enemy skills. And here I need to get teleport anims. And here it's going to be the same thing. Anim sequences. Start. End. So now I can do get teleport anims, and from our weapon info, we can get teleport anims, and this is from the weapon teleport. And we can just go start, end. And now if I go to my tasks, and let's go to the teleport. And so right now it's getting the anim instance, but here it's getting the random attacks here. So I'll go ahead and from BP enemy, I can go ahead and get teleport anims, enemy skills, and I'll do the message. And I'll be here. And I get the start here and here. Don't need you anymore. Assuming that this is correct. And then I can plug in that file. Should all now work. I don't have anything else fancy here. The things I do have are casts, so let's remove the casts. I'm going to search for BP enemy. BP enemy, for sure I don't need it, but I want to search for BP Manny. So I set it. I get him and I do interface calls. I get him and I do interface call. I get him and I get his actual location, which is fine. It's not anything specific, so let's fix this. So again, from here, I'm going to get character reference. This is going to be the parent class. Change variable type. This can now go in here. And here. Remove the cast. And I'm going to do same thing here. Like so. Remove the cast. So again, it doesn't matter if I choose a different character or if this is from a different character. As long as it has this interface plugged in, I can make new blueprints and it will also... So now, I should be able to... I need to remove the function here because I don't need the get random teleport. Land start. View. Text teleport start. Land. Review. Pile. And now it should take the information from here. I just need to get away from it far enough. And look at that. Ta-da! And that's how you do 2 layers of interfaces. Okay, so now I can implement. So if I need down the line, I need someone else to have the teleport. All it's going to be is implementing that teleport interface to their data asset, and then I can hook up the stuff as needed. Now, this is still not perfect because I am creating these manually because ideally, what I'd love to have, right, is like, here's a base enemy, and then here's an enemy with ramming, and then here's the types of ramming attacks. But that's not really what I'm going to have, right? I'm going to have a base enemy, and then I'm going to have, I'm going to have an enemy with ramming, teleport, and somersaults. Okay, another enemy is going to have somersaults and teleportation. Another enemy, right, is going to have just a few here and there. And so I'm going to need to... I'll probably over time figure out a better solution to this. But I need to have all that information on this. And so each one is going to have to get that info and pass it to the parent. And that's where I'm doing all this. So I'm not saying this is the perfect best way of doing it, but it is working, and it is seems like it's pretty good for now. Once I scale further up, it might break, and this might be terrible, and we'll know that. And then we'll redo it again, and we'll learn from it, and that's great. Learning is awesome. Because I love learning. Okay, so we have now removed the light attack, the teleport, and the ramming, which are only for enemy. Now I still have get random light attacks. Where is this still used somewhere? It's still used somewhere. It's probably still used. I still haven't. I haven't changed it for the enemies. So right now, the try attack one for the animations, the anim sequences, I'm doing the get random light attack. And we want to get the attacks from the from here, because I'm putting in the attack anims, and we want to do it from here. That's the next step. And we also want to then do the same thing for the ranged. The ranged ones I'll keep here for a while. And then I can do the random and the light as their own functions. And then we'll be good. But I think for tonight, I think that's good for now. Because it's been a long day, and I'm gonna relax a bit. If you guys don't mind, I think this has been quite a success. I'm gonna leave these open so I'm reminded. Teleport I don't need. The try attack is what we're gonna be working on. We're not gonna be working on the. Well, we're gonna work on the spider too. So I can leave the spider open as the test one. Yeah, seems good to me. Seems like we're getting there. It's slowly transitioning, because once it's all set up, it's going to be a whole lot simpler. I love it. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I do hope you enjoyed it. And I'll be back tomorrow at 6:30 Pacific, as I have been somehow consistently streaming. I can't believe it. That's actually crazy for me. I'm no longer doing the thing on YouTube where it says, "Oh, stream is coming up," because I'm going to be doing these daily. I'm no longer going to do that. I'm just going to go live. So if you want notifications, join the Discord, !Discord, if you'd like. I always it automatically posts when I go live in the live streams channel. Announcement channel. So with that, thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you guys next time. Take care, guys. Bye.